to show solidarity to those brave, incredible Iranian women who are fighting for their liberty and for their freedom. And so on a stage with more than 2,000 leaders from around the world, these are parliament members and ministers and religious leaders, I cut my hair as well, calling them to fight and pressure their government to help those Iranian women and children. We see a massive, massive movement at the moment. This is nothing like before, and they need the backing of the West. And I really hope that the international community is not going to fail the Iranian people. They deserve freedom. They deserve normal life, safe life.
So you think this is going to be different than the protests we saw in the 2007, 8, I think it was, in the about 12, 14 years ago? Do you think this is going to be different? Think this
this is already different.
Okay.
These are brave children marching, attacking the police and the military regime, posting, marching in the streets. It continues to go bigger and bigger. They started in solidarity. Men from the petrochemical industry started strikes as well. Every strike like that cost an enormous amount of money to the Iranian regime as well. These are people who were stopped on their way to the grave to mourn Amini, and there were, I think, thousands, tens of thousands of people marching on the road. It's nothing like what we've seen before, and if there is a chance of liberating the Iranian people from this murderous regime, this is now. And the international community has to take a stand on that. They have to kick out Iran from the United Nations Women's Rights Committee.
Yes.
I mean, they're literally murdering hundreds of women for the sole reason that they want to walk with their hair out free. And they're shooting live ammunition, murdering them. And they have a seat at the United Nations Women's Rights Council. This is just unbelievable. It is such a shame, a record of shame to the international community. And so I've been calling also on the United Nations and on our representative there to go and to start act on that, because that's the time. There's not going to be a better time for that.
Yeah, I think a little bonus here, though, is that the Iran nuclear deal looks like it might be close to being buried. I don't imagine that it's feasible, given what's going on in Iran at the moment, for any discussions on the Iran nuclear deal to be considered.
Well, I really hope so. Any deal with Iran will strengthen the regime. And will deprive more people of their freedom and liberties.
Yes.
This is absurd. Iran's regime is a dangerous regime in our entire region, not just to Israel, but all the countries around Iran. They have shot missiles and ammunition on, civilian airports in Arabia Saudi. They're the one who are funding the war in Yemen. They are the one who are creating the chaos in Syria, in Lebanon, all the regions, all the problems of the region. The starting point is Iran. And the stronger Iran is going to be, the more fighting and the more bloodshed you will see in the Middle East region.
Yes.
And unfortunately, the international community doesn't, act on that. It is very, very sad to see how they are trying to create bridges with this murderous regime.
Yeah, they're also selling drones to Russia to fight against Ukraine.
Absolutely.
And this is just to finish up with you, Sharren. This is another term you're going to be serving in the Knesset. You're lucky that you managed to get through on the ticket. the National Unity Party ticket. What legislation are you aiming for yourself? What do you aspire to be able to introduce? I know that when we spoke last time, you're very keen to introduce legislation to legalize marijuana, but that was thwarted by the Ram Party. What's going to happen now?
Yeah. Well, absolutely. I will continue to fight for legalization of cannabis here in Israel. I will continue to fight for my legislation for a free economy here in Israel. This is the main issue that I've been working on in the past 7 years as well, how to create, how to reduce the government involvement in our day-to-day life. So individual liberties and economical liberty. I've received time after time. I've been nominated as the #1 Knesset member with liberal legislations, and I hope to continue to promote it and to be a strong voice for it. If the government will create more reforms that creates less involvement in our day-to-day life and our economy, I'll support and I'll push it and we'll cooperate. And if they try to take those liberties, I will fight them.
So you're a strong ally of the Kohelet Forum, I guess. That's their policies right up your alley, aren't they?
Yeah. We've been working together. They have a lot of research on these issues. Israel is one of the most complicated places to come and open a business, to run a business. Some of the highest taxes and money. The government is literally your partner in everything. In your business, in your mortgage, in your car. There's more than 100% tax on cars here in Israel. So there's still a lot of things that we need to work on.
Well, I wish you all the success in your continuance with what you're doing in the Israeli government, in the Knesset, and I admire your efforts, and I really appreciate that in this time where no doubt your life is extremely busy, you've given us an opportunity in Australia to hear how
it's always
you're
a
dealing with
pleasure.
the situation in Israel.
It's always the pleasure to be on the show, and Australia is strong in my heart, and I send all my warm love to the people and to the country, and I hope that very soon I'll be able to come and visit. Yeah.
We appreciate very much your remarks you made when the Australian government reversed its decision on West Jerusalem. That was something that I saw in the media here. We appreciate
I think that was beside being absolutely ridiculous, this was done very, very badly. This is during the holiday of Sukkot, Simchat Torah, where we celebrate Jerusalem, and we receive an announce like that from one of our best allies and our best friends. It was like a slap in our face. And it was really, really disappointing. Regardless of the statement itself, I mean, Jerusalem will always be forever. It's always been our capital. It's been the center of the Jewish and Israeli identity, tradition, religion. It always been like that for thousands of years, and it will continue to be like that for thousands of years to come, no matter what anyone say. But the declaration of Australia wasn't on Jerusalem, it was on West Jerusalem, which means this is basically repeating what was said in the announcement in 48, recognizing Israel, to actually take a step back on that. It's not as if the Australian government declared that on West Jerusalem or the entire of Jerusalem or anything like that. I can't see a reason why you would do that and go back on a declaration from 48 where the state of Israel was announced and founded. And it was very, very disappointing to see and hear that, and the way that it's been done.
Well, we hope that we don't see some repeats of this type of absurd behaviour by our government, but we're on the watch. We're doing whatever we can, at least within the Jewish community here, to keep the government honest.
Thank you. And I thank the Jewish community who's been such a strong supporter of our country and of our people, and building ties and businesses and traveling on delegations. It's really heartwarming to see the great friendship between us.
Yeah, well, let's hope it continues and prospers. Once again,
Yeah, absolutely.
Sharren, thank you. Hatzlacha. And
thank you very much, David.
I really appreciate your time and wish you all the very best.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.